Hello, my little nightmares. I don't know where that accent came from, but hello, it is me, Queen Nightmare, and I am going to read today. Yes. Okay. I don't know where that came from. I don't know how to say this, but I'm actually tired. At 9:21. I didn't know I did that. Okay. We were reading. Go back to my reading list. Shame on you. Mistakes and reasons. I'm gonna make myself work harder, so I'm gonna read more chapters than one. What? Why'd you go back to chapter 1? That's not what I was. I was at 20, right? Wait, what? Wasn't it 20? Yes, it was 20. Okay, chapter 20. Harry's POV. Dad, wake up. It's the big day. Wait, why is Dad waking him up on his wedding day? Me as a parent. shaking me awake. My eyes fluttered open. And I realized I was in a hotel. Wait, what? Drake and I decided to not see each other day of the wedding for good luck purposes. Okay. So literally you kick each other out of the house. Okay, love that. I gently got up and checked the time. Ted, it's only 11. I don't get married for another 11 hours, I groaned. 11 hours? I never heard of a wedding that late. Unless that's me, okay? Yes, but there is so much to do before the wedding, he told me. You have to make sure everything is set and ready. Shouldn't the venue do that? I groaned. Yes, but Mr. Draco also directed me to make sure you eat since you don't eat when you're stressed. Why do you still call him Mr. Draco? I chuckled. He shrugged. Force of habit. Wait, where did that come from? I'm literally looking around and which ghost is touching me now? Wait a minute. Erase that from your mind. Force of habit, he shrugged. Now get out of bed and take a shower, he demanded. Fine. I put my hands up in defense. I jumped out of bed and walked over to the bathroom. I started the shower and took my glasses off. Placing them. I don't know why I said pacing. Placing them on the counter. Today, I decided for our wedding, I'd put in contacts. So I jumped into the shower and let the heat of the water wash over me. I'm going to tell you a fact about the temperature of water in a shower. You should always shower your hair in cold water because it's less damaging. Because hot water doesn't do really good with your hair. So I learned that from my hairstylist, who is also my cousin. Anyways, let's go on. Once I finished in the shower, I jumped a line. So I jumped into the shower and let the heat of the water wash over me. As I scrubbed my messy hair, I decided I should trim my hair. Never do that in the shower. Because the water's in the way, you can't see well, and you shouldn't let it go down the drain. It's not healthy for the drain, and you'll have to use what is it called? I call it a plumber cleaner, so I don't know what it's called anymore. Once I finished in the shower, I draped the towel around my waist. I put the contacts in, and I could see clear with them in. Good. My eyes certainly did stand out. I got dressed up in a normal hangout clothes until it was time for the wedding. That's a good idea because a lot of things that I do, I get hot and I get cold, I get hot and I get cold. I sweat so much, so yeah, that's a good idea. I walked out, and Ted had already ordered room service. There was pancakes, French toast, eggs, bacon, and sausage. What the frick is the fruits? I like fruits. I like fruits for breakfast. Some fruits. It depends on the fruit. Yeah. Pineapple. Starts at a good time to the day. What's all this? I don't know. Mr. Draco sent it to the room. He handed me a card that the food came with. Okay, so they're both in the hotel. Okay, but in different rooms. Got it. I thought he just kicked him out of the house. Bye, bitch. Anyways. Baby Raven, eat up, my love. It's our big day. Don't make him fat on the day of your wedding. Oh, man. It's just reminding me of Wrong Turn, I think, 5. Ugh. Anyways. I love you. You're a dragon. My voice was going bad. I joined him at the little table and piled my plates with pancakes and toast with some bacon. Oh, come on. Get the tasty stuff. Are you excited? Ted asked as he shoved a piece of French toast in his mouth. Me, as an anime girl, eat all this stuff. I am, I nodded. Just a little nervous. That's normal. I prefer him over her, though. Ted said, and I snorted. I can tell. Well, he's always been nice to you, and to me, she's never liked me very much. Obviously, the feeling was mutual. I raised an eyebrow as he blanched. Blanched? I've never heard of that. Now eat. I need to get my hair trimmed soon. On your wedding day? Why would you do that? Because of my messy locks. I chuckled. It'll be okay. But Mr. Draco loves your hair like that. Fine, I won't get it trimmed then. How am I supposed to style it? I said. Slick it back like it's covered in mud. No, I'm kidding. I literally just quoted a song called The Creep. Go watch it. It's funny. It has Nicki Minaj in it. Anyways, where am I? I asked, and he got up and took me by the hand. He sat me on the bed and got hair care products from the bathroom. When you know you gay, you know everything about hair. I was eating cucumber. One was stuck in my tooth. Anyways, he started to smooth something with my hair. Like this, he said. He showed me the mirror, and my hair actually seemed tamed. Me, never. Not with this messy hair. Never is tamed. She likes to be wild. Wild. It wasn't slicked back, but it wasn't sticking in all different directions. I really like it, I complimented. Good, he smiled. Now, what are you doing with your hair? I asked, and he made it turn blue. What? Wait, he can't use magic outside of school? Hold up. He can't use magic out of school. He isn't of age yet. Am I wrong? That's the one thing I paid attention to in Harry Potter. I'm kidding. Man. I miss Harry Potter universe. I miss everything. I was thinking this, he laughed. It doesn't match the red and silver theme. I laughed. So he made his hair turn silver. Better? Much. Now you go take a shower, I said. We have we have things to do. Like what? I don't know. I need to call the photographer, the florist, I said. Then we need to make sure the lights are in the right place at the venue. But it'll be lights out. Yeah, but the ceremony is an hour long, so the sun will be just setting, I said. The lights aren't much, just decoration because my fiancé loves them. I laughed. All right. It was finally time. Everything was set and ready to go. I stood at the end of the aisle, waiting for Ted as everyone sat. Draco looked so handsome in his white suit. His tie was red and Scorpius was matching him. Oh! I'm so excited. Is that weird? Sometimes I don't like weddings because my grandma would always drag me to weddings I don't know the person of. So I got really bored of weddings. But this one's making me really, really excited. I was wearing a black suit with a silver tie, as Ted matched me. The chairs were set up in front of the altar, where Draco stood with Scorpius. Everyone we invited came. It was the wedding they didn't want to miss. The chairs had either red or silver, artificially made, roses hanging off them. The aisle was red, as the chairs were silver. Wait, you just said... Oh, okay, never mind. The wooden overhead had little lights hanging from them to bring light to us. This is like fancy, too fancy for me. I like simple things, but at the same time, I do want to do something different, but this ain't me. Really, Dad? Ted asked, and I took a deep breath. Yes, I smiled. We linked arms in the soft... Did I say really? I meant ready. Oh, I feel like a dummy. I'm sorry. Ready, Dad? Ted asked, and I took a deep breath. Yes, I smiled. We linked arms, and the soft orchestra music started. Everyone stood up as we started down the aisle. Draco's eyes were on the entire time, on me the entire time I walked down. He's never seen me wear contacts before, so he was grinning from ear to ear. Finally, we made it to the front. Neville smiled at me and then nodded to Ted. Ted nodded back and stepped behind me as Draco stepped forward. Scorpius stood behind him. Draco and I joined hands. Are you serious? Are they going through the whole wedding? Weddings are so long. This is why I found them so not interesting. They're just so long. And if I'm up on the aisle, I have really bad knees. So in the middle of my vows, I promise to... my knees just give out and I fall on the floor. That's gonna be me. Ladies and gentlemen, you may sit. Oh crap, this is Neville. What is Neville's voice? Let's make up a voice for Neville. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you may sit, Neville said. Everyone sat and I exhaled. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to marriage. Princess Bride ruined me taking weddings seriously. Marriage is what brought us here today. If you haven't seen it, then go check it out. It's amazing. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to bring together an very unlikely pair. Neville said, and we laughed. Although they were enemies in the past is behind them, and they put it aside. With that, well, technically, they weren't enemies. He was just being like a boy. You know how a grade school boy is? Like, they pick on you and pick on you and pick on you. That means they like you. Just saying. That being said, that is why we're here today. Although they both had children to take care of, they made time for each other and created a bond was so strong nothing could break it. Now that the two men, I love how he emphasized on men, would like to bring their children to the front of a family bonding ceremony. Oh, thank goodness. Please don't say this. Oh, no. They're going through the whole wedding. I'm just expecting something bad to happen. I'm going to stab myself in the eye. Draco, Ted, Harry, and Scorpius. That sounds like a really bad song. Walked over to the little table that was off to the side. This is the third-person POV. I don't know if I said that. The table had a nice-looking glass jar, 4 colors of sand that, within containers, surrounded the jar. Draco walked up. Oh, I've heard of this tradition. I've seen someone do it before. They fill the jar with different color beads, and then they keep it in their home to represent them as a family. I've heard of this before, I think. I don't know if they're doing the same tradition I'm thinking of. Draco walked over to it and poured the first color in, green, into the jar. He turned to Ted. Ted, when I first met you... Oh, crap. Ted, when I first met you, I never imagined you as my son. I just imagined you as my son's best friend. But when your father and I started hanging out, I accepted you a little more than just my son's best friend. I saw you as my buddy's son, someone I should care about. So when he and I got together, I saw how much he wanted to adopt you. I was there for him because one day you could be my stepson, someone I could really care for. So my promises to you are to always be there when you need a friend, to be there when you need a shoulder to cry on, and most importantly, to be there in your father's absence. Aww. That made me gooey inside. Draco said, If he happens to be absent, he quickly added, causing the crowd to giggle. Ted engulfed Draco in a hug. It was his turn to add the sand. He had a Gryffindor red. They hug once more. Ted and Draco stepped away for Scorpius and Harry to step up. Harry added his goldish-colored sand. Scorp, when I first met you, it was at my house in the middle of the summer last year. I remember you reminded me of someone in which I couldn't put my finger on. Harry smiled. Obviously, now I do know who you remind me of. I can honestly say that I did care about you from the start because, well, you got hurt at my house and I was worried about your well-being. Then when I moved in with you and your father, you caught us making out. Wow, put that in a vow. I didn't think people did that, but okay. Everyone laughed. Same. You said something to me that always stuck with me. Harry said, after I was flustered to no end, you said, hey, I don't care as long as you two are happy. Well, I knew from then on you cared about us. You didn't judge the way we loved, and you really cared about your father's happiness. So I promised to all, I'll watch over you as a There's too many F's in this sentence. Father figure, and I promise to care for you and be there for you, and most importantly, I promise to whip your father into shape when he needs it. I don't know if that's a kink thing or he actually means to whip him into shape, like a nice little thing. Scorpius laughed as Harry smiled. Scorpius hugged Harry tightly and added his sand, which would complete the family bond. The colors of the sand were green, red, gold, and silver. They all hugged each other and made their way back over to the front. Harry and Draco joined hands again, and their sons stood behind them. The couple has decided to write their own vows. Oh my gosh, there's vows! I'm sorry. This is why I don't like weddings that much. I just want them concise, to the point, get married, go to the reception, and eat. It might be the reason why I'm such a fatso. I love eating. Anyways, let me get some tea. I made some tea. Oh, that's so good. Okay. Draco has opted to go first. But first, the couples have decided to write their vows in a story. Oh gosh. Draco, if you will. Draco took a deep breath from me and started. Once upon a time, there was a Slytherin prince. Oh gosh, make him a prince, why don't ya? He smirked. This prince, Slytherin prince, was an arrogant little prat. Well, good for you. Who thought he was above the world. One day, this prince went to get fitted for his school robes. As he was there, a green-eyed boy walked in. He had never seen someone such vibrant eyes before, and he knew he wanted to be friends with this kid. But the green-eyed boy rejected his friendship, which caused him to be very jealous. The jealousy soon turned into obsession, which turned his fondness, which turned into love. Draco blinked a few times. Did I read that right? He never did get to tell the green-eyed boy, not the green boy. Green-eyed boy, out of the way, please. I got a notification from YouTube. Someone updated it. It's just ASMR. He never did get to tell the green-eyed boy how he really felt. He soon found out he was a father, which made him wish he had the boy sooner. Aye. But through his son, he found the boy again and learned he matured into a handsome man. He quickly made his move to befriend the man and bury the hatchet about their rocky past. The man accepted their new friendship and their new friendship was fresh. When he offered the man to live with him after a rough patch, the green-eyed man agreed to live with him, and their romance soon budded afterward. The green-eyed man had been there for the other, and he couldn't be luckier. Harry Potter, I can honestly say it was worth the wait, and I love you with all my heart. Draco finished wiping out his tears. Harry wiped his eyes as well and cleared his throat as he starts his vow. Once upon a time there was a boy who lived in a cupboard under the stairs. He was known as the boy who lived. The boy who lived never knew anything of his wizarding heritage, until a giant man named Hagrid rescued him from his horrid relatives. He was brought to the robe shop the day of his 11th birthday, and that is where he met the platinum blonde boy his age. The blonde wasn't too nice, as the boy who lived knew. He wouldn't get along with this boy. The boy introduced himself later at that first day, and offered the boy who lived his friendship, in which he declined. Now, since he declined the friendship, the boy tortured him mercilessly. There you go. There's too many L's and, calling names and harassing him. But many years later, the boy who lived was at his house, and he had a visitor. The visitor was the same boy from the rope shop, but he looked very different. He was very nice. And now, the now nice man, the boy who lived, bonded and got very close. Harry smiled and blinked away his tears. After a heartbreak and being left homeless, the man allowed the boy who lived to live with him and his son. He soon developed feelings for the man, in which the man returned, and the rest is history. Draco Malfoy, you've done your waiting, and it paid off. It's time for our relationship to be bonded, and I love you more. Draco wiped away. Wait, they know each other's vows? That doesn't make sense. Sorry. Draco wiped away Harry's tear with his thumb. Well, wait, what about the rings? You didn't do the rings, Hunty. Ay. Well, I now pronounce you husband for life. You may now kiss your groom. Neville said. Harry and Draco leaned and shared a kiss, full of passion and excitement. Don't leave it for the bedroom. Leave it for the bedroom. Do not. That's what I'm really scared about, is that I like kissing. I like kissing, but no way in hell and back am I going to kiss in front of my dad. Like that. Shared a kiss with passion and excitement. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and... I almost said Mrs. Mr. and Mr. Malfoy Potter. Everyone cheered as the two men intertwined their hands and ran out of the ceremony area. Me! Get me away from these bitches! As everyone made their way inside the reception hall, Draco and Harry waited to be announced as the new couple to walk in. Wait, didn't you change? You should never dance in your wedding clothes. You should always have another pair of clothes to wear for dancing and the first dance and just something comfortable, I love you, Mr. Harry Malfoy Potter. Draco kissed his new husband's lips. I love you more, Mr. Draco Malfoy Potter. Harry smiled. They heard their entrance to the reception, and they trotted. Trotted like a horse? That'd be funny. And holding hands, and stopped in the middle of the dance floor for their first dance. Actually, the first dance goes to the father. Maybe he should dance with the son, as tradition goes. They're right. It goes their wedding. It goes they dance, and then the dance with the father happens. The song started, so Draco grabbed Harry's waist, and Harry's arms wrapped around Draco's neck. Oh, they're dancing like that. Okay. They're not going to ballroom dance. I want to do that for my wedding. All I knew this morning when I woke up is I know something now. I know something now I didn't before. What? That doesn't make sense. But anyways. And all I've seen since 18 hours ago is green eyes and freckles and your smile. In the back of my mind, it's making me feel like, oh gosh, as Taylor Swift, a Muggle performer, sang, the two men danced. Oh, that was the song. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, it looks like someone's thinking. Okay, the two men danced around the dance floor. As the two finished their dance, Draco dipped Harry and kissed him. Harry laughed and everyone joined them on the dance floor. The music was mainly Muggle, with some wizard music. The food came out buffet style, so food's already there. Unless you're doing a dinner party with everyone has to wait to eat the salad. Anyways, let's keep on going. Made their way to get the food and took their seats at their assigned tables. Draco and Harry sat in the front as a table of their own with their sons. Well, Scorpius and Ted raised their eyebrows. Well, what? Draco asked. How does it feel to be finally hitched? Ted aspirated. The men smiled and looked at each other. It feels fantastic on my side. Harry smiled. Even better over here. Draco smiled. Clink, clink, clink. Everyone looked up to see Draco's mom standing up. Draco grinned widely. Everyone raised their champagne glasses. She looked a little nervous until she cleared her throat. Everyone. Hello, everyone. She smiled. I would just like to congratulate the happy couple on their marriage. I remember when Draco first told me about the marriage. To say I was shocked was an understatement, but the more he told me about Harry, the more I saw how happy he makes my son. Harry, you have been Draco's Brock through so much, and I know he's been yours. I couldn't ask for a better son-in-law. Thank you for making my son smile. Congratulations, she smiled, and sat back down. Everyone took a sip of champagne, and the next person stood up. It was Ron. As you all may know, I'm Harry's best mate. Ron smirked. So first, when he told me he was living with Draco. Draco. I was shocked, but he was telling me how Draco changed, and when I saw it with my own eyes... Ouch. I hit my hand. He was very respectful and hospitable to Harry, so it didn't take me by surprise when he said he was dating the man. Because I knew our Harry. I knew he'd marry Draco because he would come into work smiling like an idiot every day. And then, when we were attacked, Draco was a wreck. It showed how much he really loved Harry, and how'd he do anything for him. Thank you, Draco, for giving Harry the love he deserves. Ron said, Congratulations, you two. They took another sip of champagne. It was time for the cake. Oh my gosh. Wedding cake frosting is my favorite, also known as whipped cream frosting. It was time for the cake, so that the men made their way over to the 5-tire cake. Oh, you know who's gonna get fat tonight? It was decorated with silver and red frosting roses. Ooh, I want to make that. Each tire was alternating between silver and red. Red being the top. They cut into the cake and were meant to feed each other. But Draco smashed a piece against unsuspecting Harry. Harry playfully pouted, and Draco laughed. He pulled Harry into a kiss and licked the frosting off his face. Hey, that's how he make it feel better. The cake was served and the dessert was distributed, so the men decided to go mingle. Harry made his way over to Hermione and Ron. Harry! Hermione wrapped him in a hug. Congrats! Thank you, Miney. He kissed her cheek. You guys enjoy yourselves. Very much so. Do you have enough to drink? Harry smiled, and Hermione looked at Ron with a smug. Actually, we wanted to tell you after the wedding. She's pregnant! Yes. More pregnancies in this family. I just get so excited when someone tells me they're pregnant. I think that it's the best time of your life, plus the worst time with the throwing up for 3 months. But that's it. It's due to like some of your medication or what you're eating doesn't mix well with the growing of the baby. So be careful of what you eat and what you're taking for medicine. It happens with prenatal vitamins as well. Anyways, let's go. Ron said. Harry's face got serious before he broke out into a smile. Seriously? He asked, and Ron smiled and nodded. That means that those two, you know what? I'm not gonna imagine that. Harry hugged them both tightly and shouted at Draco. Hey, Dragon! He called, and Draco looked up from talking to his mother. We're going to be uncles! And Draco smiled, put up a thumbs up as the couple laughed. Harry congratulated them once more. He made his way around at every table until he reached his new husband. They intertwined their hands and smiled at one another. So, Mr. Malfoy Potter, where should we go on our honeymoon? Harry asked. I was thinking our bedroom, Draco replied, and Harry laughed. He gave Draco a kiss. Was I really worth the wait? Harry asked. Draco put his forehead against Harry's. Always. Author's note, ha ha, they're married now. But don't worry, this isn't the end yet. Well, no shit, you still have 16 more chapters to go. You really had to do me like that, didn't you? Oh my word. And ads playing. Get off of my swamp. Why do I feel like I'm Shrek right now? No. I just smacked my phone. Oops. No. Yes. I just literally shut down my phone and I turned it back up. Oh my goodness. How long do these chapters gotta be? Okay. They're so long. And it's loading out of my way. Okay. So this is one chapter, literally 40 minutes long. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you haven't yet, put on push notifications so that you get updated every single day. And next time, it's going to be even longer with the next chapter, and I don't know what it's about. But it sounds cool. I don't know. It's a really long chapter, and I don't like long chapters. Because then I have to talk really long, and then my mouth goes so I have to trim it.
I wish to create a perfect human being, selecting the best organs from different sources.
I'm rambling, I'm sorry. But thank you guys for everything. Please like, comment, and subscribe. What am I doing? Okay.
Nosferatu,
I love you guys so
medieval
much.
vampire in the remote regions of Transylvania. Nosferatu, the medieval vampire.
Don't be mean to mothers.